Good afternoon. We're about to start. Thank you so much for joining TikTok and YouTube multi-platform live. Today's Thursday, October 31st. I'm just trying this multi-platform um, live in different way. I use one app for both of them, and then realized that. Thank you so much, Enrique. Wasn't really optimized. So I'm doing a little bit manually today. SB, okay, how did your interview go today? Hope that it went yesterday. How did it go? Thank you so much for joining this live. Those of you who's joining from YouTube and then TikTok, you're watching same live stream, but the most of the questions that I'm getting is from the TikTok. So I use two different camera, two microphone, and then hope that both of you, you mean that those of you who's watching this TikTok from YouTube and TikTok, hear me well. What I usually do. Oh yes. So SB, your marriage green card case interview yesterday went well, and then your interviewing officer recommended approval to his or her supervisor. Congratulations, just congratulations. Um, it looks like it was super easy. I know there's a lot of questions. I'll get back to you. So, um, yeah. So then, advanced parole. So when you left the United States, Enrique, and then return with any type of advanced parole, that counts as a legal entry. Legal entry. Um, that's the question whether advanced parole, departure, and then entry into U.S. constitute legal entry. Answer is yes. Okay. User 5291 asks, your husband entered with a visa, you're a U.S. citizen, and then how long does marriage green card case take? So when a foreign national entered the U.S., this is a great debate. There is no clear answer. What I'm telling you is what we've been doing successfully. Some of you may disagree with what I'm telling you, but this is what we do. Okay, so thank you so much for joining this TikTok, YouTube live. Sometimes I look at other screen because I'm looking at the YouTube screen on other screen. So happy Halloween, by the way. Happy Halloween. Have a good, safe, and fun Halloween parties for yourself and your friends. And then if you happen to have a children, have a good one too. So anyway, so marriage green card case, when you enter with a visa or ESTA, I just posted new video recently. You need to wait about 60 days, right, to apply for green card. There is no 90-day rule anymore. Some people adhere to Trumpian 90-day rule, but he was gone. He may come back. For now, he's not the president. We don't have 90-day rule. So the question is that how long does it take? I would say once you submit, it'll take about 6 months or less or more. But if Trump's come back, then we don't know what's going to happen. In fact, if Harris becomes next president, will it be about the same? Hard to tell. It's a different presidency. But thank you so much. Yes, Muhammad, you asked how long does it take for a green card? I'm just assuming that you have a marriage green card case. I just explained that once you submitted everything, it'll take about 6 months now. I'm gonna see whether I'm missing any other questions. Thank you so much for joining this call. If I miss the questions, then just let me know. You repost your question. Okay. Yes. So then, Mohammed, you just got a receipt notice on June 18th. Okay, some time ago, and you got EAD. Good for you. Work permit. And then yeah, so you submitted in June. I talked about this. Well done cases with strong relationship documents. The cases we filed between April and July, they're all approved less than 3 months, even less than 2 months and less than 30 days. But now all other cases looks like it's gonna take 6 months. So you potentially sometime in December, either USCIS scheduled interview or approve your case. So good luck. Good luck. So now, Sharma, you submitted your marriage green card case in July, right? And then you're waiting. So hope that they approve your case. Did you get your work permit already? Usually takes 30 days after you submitted everything. Okay. I'm scrolling. Then whenever I scroll the question sometime, oh, I see. So Sharma, it's a small screen. You had an interview on July 23rd. Okay, so not just submitted. I'm sorry, I didn't read your question correctly. So you submitted your case previously. I don't know when you submitted, but interview was held in July. Was it a separate interview, joint interview? If the USCIS doesn't make a decision, 120 days after your interview, you can start calling USCIS. So you need to wait 120 days. Up to 120 days. Okay. Now, Angel with attitude, been waiting over 11 months. Are you talking about marriage green card case? Now, looks like you submitted last year, right? If that were to be the case. If you have a consular process like spouse visa, then obviously it takes longer. And then I'm just reviewing this. So user 591 asked another question. After receiving receipt notice, what's next? Then it'll be a biometrics appointment notice. Biometrics appointment notice. If USCIS didn't send you receipt notices and biometric notices at the same time. If they send you everything after biometrics notice, then good news, work permit. Okay. Now, where are you located? Areas Queen. Sometime I talked this. My wife and I live in New York for 5 years, and then we're in Chicago now. We're based in Chicago, but we serve all 50 states. And then Abbas, you're in New Jersey. Where do you send your case? You mean the marriage green card case? Look up 485 USCIS website, and it's going to show you. Depends on where you live. You need to send your package to a certain address. So just take a look at it. Okay. Now, I'm getting a lot of questions. So I just, telling you, just ask the questions. I will answer as much as I can. Usually, I spend like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. If you ask a lot of good questions, I will do 40 minutes, otherwise 30 minutes. Okay. Now, why VA? You've been waiting for marriage green card case about 1 year. I tell all the time, if your case with the USCIS been pending more than 1 year, before, after interview, or without interview, just like waiting 1 year, you can file mandamus lawsuit. You can sue the USCIS to compel an action, approval usually, or interview. If there is no interview, contact us. We do successful mandamus lawsuit. Obviously, there's additional cost, but it's worth it. So basically, two options, right? You just wait. Sometimes you may end up waiting more than 1 year, right? Or you take the matters into your hand by suing the USCIS, and then you get approval or interview. User 8006, I asked whether I'm a Catholic because of the black bandana behind me from Częstochowa, Poland. Yes, I am. My family is Roman Catholics. But we work with all different religious background, and then not everyone has a religion. So I personally believe in Roman Catholicism. Yes, I am. So I'm a Catholic. Location, Tom. We're based in Chicago. We have a physical office in Chicago and Wisconsin, but we serve all 50 states. And then I've been telling all this many times, right? If you happen to have a marriage green card case, there's a good chance that there is no interview. So you may work with any attorney. And then if you have a spouses and fiancés overseas, right? Half of you, right? Loved one is overseas anyway. So we process cases virtually. So even our local clients in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, we don't meet in person. That's a little bit pre-COVID procedure. So Tom, contact us. We would be happy to help you. Okay. Yes. So then, Johan, Yona asked question. Whether he can apply for naturalization. So I will tell you this, right? So he's a conditional resident. So by the time the USCIS approve your case and then you're married less than 2 years, right? Then USCIS will give you 2-year conditional residency. And then I'm guessing that your 751 petition to remove the condition is still pending. Now, with so then 3 years after you became a conditional resident, 3 years instead of 5 years, then you may apply for N400 naturalization. But remember, even if you're able to submit N400 3 years after became a conditional resident, as you know, if you filed, you're going to have a pending 751 and N400. USCIS must approve your 751 first before they approve your N400. But if you need an attorney, call us. Okay. I think that I'm a little bit behind. Okay. Yeah, user 50 to 91, asking many questions today. So this is his question. Our cases, right? Once a biometrics completed, half of the cases, next day, work permit approval, half of them. Other half within 30 days. So usually same month, right? Most of them. So super fast nowadays. People complain, immigration is broken, slow on the Biden, which is true for some cases, especially consular processes, right? The spouses and all these parents waiver, right? 601, 601A waiver takes forever, just not good. But when it comes to work permit, marriage green card case, K-1, they're fast. People complain they're slow, but some cases fast. Okay, now. Okay, Angel with the attitude. You've been so sorry. When I get a lot of questions, even though I answered previously, sometimes I don't really connect the dots. So I'm just reviewing your question. Although I remember that you asked the question and then I'll talk to you. I'm just answering your question. So you've been married almost 1 year, right? And then looks like you haven't submitted your case. And then you asked, should I take immigration or to the court? You mean like immigration court? Now call us, right? If you don't have any pending removal proceeding, then you will deal with the USCIS if you enter with a visa, right? And then you got married to U.S. citizen. But if you enter without the visa, then you need a 601A waiver. On top of that, also if you have a pending removal proceeding or admin closure, you need to deal with a court in USCIS. This is what we do every day. Come to us, okay? Okay, so then Sean, your VAWA 360 was approved 5 months ago, and the congratulations. And then you just apply for 45. Like I just wonder why you didn't submit 360 and then 45 at the same time. That would be ideal. That's what we do. Let me drink some water. It's hard to tell. I would say you say you submitted 45, perhaps up to 1 year, and then under Biden, no interview. Under Trump, interview. So people say, "Hey, Trump, come back! Watch out! Interview waiver will be gone. He'll be gone. Like he's gonna schedule interview for all cases. Marriage green card, humanitarian." Just good old days under Biden may be over. Just this is what you're wishing for. Some of you. It's gonna be tough. Okay. We are married. Yes, of course, Angel with the attitude, right? But did you enter with a visa? And then if that were to be the case, USCIS, contact us. Okay. Now, Jennifer. Okay. Yeah, so I-130 petitioner is your parents. I'm just wondering whether they're U.S. citizen or permanent resident. and then like to file petition for a child over 25, call us. Call us. I mean, there's a lot of condition makes your case in terms of different pathway and different outcome. But I mean, yes, U.S. citizen permanent resident parent may petition for a child over 25. Yes, but if the child is married, then parents must be U.S. citizen. Parent must be U.S. citizen. It takes long, but be aware whether the parent's U.S. citizen or permanent resident, any unlawful presence, unlawful employment will not be forgiven. So you may need to do consular process. Okay, Moe Kwam asks very popular questions. And I will tell you this. Perhaps many of you apply for marriage green card case without working with a good attorney. And then I see a lot of you apply everything without medical exam. Why? Why? I mean, you get RFE. And then just like your questions and other questions, when the USCIS asks for medical exam 693 via RFE, and then when you submit, they don't tell you what's going on with your case. All our cases, we include 693 medical exam with everything. We don't need to deal with this RFE. Just so those of you who's trying to start the case, please include 693 medical exam, because once you fail to include it, it can be very muddy. They don't tell you what's going on with your case. You end up waiting quite a bit. Okay, Connecticut, like whether we work with clients from Connecticut, absolutely. We work with all 50 states, although we're based in Chicago, right? So just contact us. Like SBS, like very unusual question. How long is the biometrics valid for? Like why do you ask? Your case was recommended for approval, right? So I never seen USCIS asking for another biometrics if case is pending more than 1 year. Okay, I missed a lot of questions. Okay, I mean this is one of the days. Like, are you out there doing Halloween and then asking questions? Whatever you do, thank you so much. Like I said, I was a college professor. I enjoy talking to my students, right? I was, and then I'm talking to you, so it's exciting. Okay, what's the meaning? Okay, so the Vernon asked the question, right? So once you apply for asylum 589, right? Once the USCIS, right, or immigration court receive your 589 application, 150-day clock to apply for EAD starts. So you need to get a receipt notice, not just application. Okay. Yes. So then everything home. Yeah. So then you're wondering how soon USCIS make a decision after interview. Great variety, right? We have many cases approved same day, next day, or within a week, within 30 days, up to 120 days. And then some cases, especially about pending asylum case, it may take up to 1 year or more, up to 1 year and more. Okay. I'm just reviewing this. Okay, so then user 3105, you came here in the US with Fiance Visa, and then okay, oh, I see. So I can be wrong, but this is your question. So you enter with a K-1, but instead of getting married to the same K-1 petitioner, right, you ended up marrying somebody else, and you're wondering whether you can apply for green card. Unfortunately, answer is no, right? You're eligible to apply for K-1 base green card application only with a K-1 petitioner. So if this were to be the case, you should go back to your country and then do consular process. Oh, okay. So one of you asked, like, do you have to sign the marriage green card application same day you mail? Not really. I mean, it can be a little bit earlier, as long as it's not like you sign a year ago and then you mail, right? Obviously, usually USCIS update the form edition, so it's not going to work, but doesn't need to be same day. It can be anything, as long as it's like, close proximity to the date of mailing. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, I'm just reviewing this. Okay. So, Ubuntu Quinn asked the question. You're thinking about getting married to permanent resident instead of U.S. citizen, and then unfortunately, F2A visa is not current. It means that you're not able to submit 130 and 45 at the same time, only 130. And when F2A prior to date becomes current, then you can submit 45. But be aware that if I-130 petitioner is a permanent resident, any unlawful presence, unlawful employment will not be forgiven. Okay. One of you asked about the visa, diversity visa question. We don't handle it, so sorry, I'm not able to answer that. Yeah, Harry, I just picked it up. Now, in Philippines, right? Because it's a Catholic country, they don't recognize and allow the divorce. So only way to cancel the previous marriage is called annulment, right? You annul the marriage. It means that this was wrongfully married. So then with a annulment certificate from the Philippines, you can do K-1 and then spouse visa later. Okay, I think that I missed a little bit of the question here. I'm just reviewing this. Okay, I'm just doing this. Yeah, so 2 yeah, so then Ian, right? You enter the U.S. with a J2. It means that you're spouse of J1, and it looks like you're subject to 212E. Yes, if you get married to U.S. citizen and thinking about doing marriage green card case, you need to either complete the 2-year home return requirement, or you need to do a waiver. You can do 601 exceptional hardship or no objection letter, but depends on your type. Sometimes exceptional hardship is better, but it takes a long time. So okay, so as saying, you just marry your wife, and then you file I-71. Okay, because when you get married, then you do marriage green card case, not the 751. So just rephrase the question here. Okay. Yeah. So then Silvana asked the question. Okay. How long does it take cases in New York City? I tell you this all the time. When USCIS approve your case without interview, it doesn't really matter. We have cases from New York, 6 months, no interview. Okay. So 1 second here. Okay. Well, I mean, Ismail asked the question. Okay. Now, I mean, okay. You got married to permanent resident and you're thinking about going overseas with advanced parole. I'll tell you this: advanced parole, when you come back, it's not admission. So basically, you're putting yourself into CBP immigration review, and then there's no political agenda, but this happened under his first presidency. CBP, right, will be very tough. If Trump's come back, I wouldn't recommend going overseas with advanced parole. Like, there is no guarantee that any of them will come back. Okay, Produit asked question about what evidence to be included in I-130? Well, obviously, biographic documents, 130 petitioners, birth certificates, or need to show that I-130 petitioner is either U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and that you need to submit your document. I'm just wondering why you're just doing I-130, cancel the process, or have a pending removal proceeding or waiver, and then your biographic documents and relationship. Okay, Washington D.C. Okay, so Naomi, you're in Washington D.C. I've been telling many times that if the USCIS does not schedule interview, then it doesn't really matter. And then if the USCIS does not schedule interview for you, expect that it's going to take about 6 months for USCIS to approve your case. Okay, I'm just checking time. Okay. Okay. Just give me 1 second here. Yeah. So then I'm just a little bit behind this. Okay. So Angie Shine, your husband looks like U.S. citizen, filed petition for you in April. You're still waiting. Yeah, 6 months usually. 6 months. Okay. Yeah, 6 months. Okay. Yeah. Boise 12001. Asked me what's our phone number. TikTok doesn't allow us to post phone number. So a way for you to find is to message me or check my profile. There's a link that you can call us. Okay. I think that I'm butchering your first name, but Shilamu, you entered the U.S. with tourist visa, right? And then you're seeking asylum or apply for asylum, have a pending asylum, but now you got married to a U.S. citizen. Call us. You need to be very careful with pending asylum case, and then you got married to U.S. citizen. This is what we do exceptionally good. We'll tell you what to do. We would be happy to help you, but just be careful. Be careful but I will tell you this: do not withdraw your asylum application, even though you got married to U.S. citizen. Okay, so I think that I'm a little bit behind. Okay, the FEDI, you said it's been 1 year since you applied for green card. I'm assuming that it's a marriage green card case, and you got RFE, right? Request for evidence last December, and then still waiting. And I'm telling you this, right? So you apply for marriage green card case more than 1 year. When your case with the USCIS pending more than 1 year, regardless of stage of your case, RFE, pre-interview, post-interview, no interview, call us. You can file mandamus lawsuit to compel USCIS to take an action, approval or interview. Don't wait forever. Especially, you got RFE in December. They gave you 87 days. So you probably submitted sometime in March of this year, and you're still waiting. Not good. I mean, not you. USCIS is not good. So you need to sue them. You need to just kick their inaction and then say, hey, don't forget my case. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Okay, so then I told her not to withdraw asylum. So think about this. Your government, USCIS, right? So you apply for asylum. You are serious about your claim, right? And then basically when you apply for asylum, either you are subject to persecution, but in most cases, you say that if I go back to my country, I'll be subject to persecution. Now you got married to a U.S. citizen and you withdraw asylum. What are you telling the USCIS? They think that your asylum case was not serious. And then it's going to make USCIS not trust your marriage green card case. and they may think that, well, nothing personal. Okay, I'm not talking about your case. This is why you shouldn't withdraw asylum, because they may suspect your marriage green card case as well. And I tell you this: when you have a pending asylum case, it's just like difficult case, but we're highly successful. Some of our cases, no asylum withdrawn, right? No interview under Biden. But if Trump's come back, interview, period. Period. I mean, just people need to realize, if Trump's come back, interview for all cases, longer cases, longer processing time, like less than 2 months, 3 months, probably not going to happen. Okay. So, yeah, and then, Saldana asked another good questions. When USCIS approve your case and then you don't withdraw your asylum case, then USCIS will contact you and ask whether you'd like to withdraw. Let the USCIS withdraw your pending asylum case, not you. Okay, Pitao, probably not pronouncing your name. About 5 more minutes. You know, going forward today. Now, how. So then the child, right? The child must be over 21 and then must be U.S. citizen. And then once the child turned 21, then you can file a petition for your parents if your parents enter with a visa. But if not, it's a tough situation. So but the multiple condition, right? The child must be over 21, U.S. citizen, and then parents enter the U.S. with the visa. Okay. Yeah, Fanny asks, like, should you worry because your case is pending more than 1 year? I mean, yeah, it's just taking quite some time. So you should take action. The mandamus is the one. Okay, good. So I'm not wrapping up a little bit earlier than usual because of the Halloween, but I think that I'm not getting any more questions. I'm gonna stop right here. So I'm gonna give you a preview. Next Tuesday is election day, right? Election day. So well, obviously I'm not doing any TikTok next Tuesday, and so I'll be doing Monday 11 a.m. Central Time, and then Thursday I'm gonna do as usual TikTok, and then YouTube live, and then by next Thursday we potentially will have an answer on keeping families together, parole in place, and what happened to court action. And number two, hopefully we'll know who's going to be next president. So until then, be safe. I'll see you, for those of you who follow me on TikTok, Monday 11 Central Time instead of Tuesday because of the election. And then if you don't see me on TikTok, on YouTube, I'll see you Thursday, 5 p.m. And then, like I said, hope to have our results on keeping families together, parole case, trial, and then who's going to be next president. Be safe and enjoy, and happy Halloween. Bye-bye. Titipong.